I can show you math is right that proves a flat floor is a sphere, right? I can do math. Math is not reality. Math describes whatever you want it to describe. All right, go ahead. Back to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Sorry.
No. I felt like I was on the news. No, so I love it. Eclipses, right? You have the moon. I just know that this is going to be a question because we just had an eclipse recently.
Yeah.
And every so on couple of years you have another eclipse, and it casts a different shadow, and there's the eclipse track on the United States, and you had two of them crossing over, and that's a sign and all that, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. But you have the moon moving in front of the sun, and you have the eclipse. So how does that work with the flat earth?
You have the moon going in front of the sun. Okay.
Right.
So that's a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse?
The lunar eclipse is, I believe that's when the sun, when the moon is between the sun and the earth, and the solar eclipse is when the earth is between the moon and the sun or something like that, right? When you're looking
you got
at
it
the moon,
backwards, but that's
like
okay.
That.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but what I'm making a point is they didn't teach us to understand that stuff exactly, because there's evidence that shows you that that's not the case. This is a solar eclipse where the moon is in between the sun and the earth. Mm-hmm. The viewer is blocking the sun. So do you see the moon? You think you see the moon, but you see what I call missing sun. Do you see the moon? I see sky. I see missing sun. I see missing sun. The sun is missing. Okay? The sun is missing. Now, is it something in front of it? How come we don't see the moon?
Because the extreme difference between light.
Yeah. Well, you can go out in the middle of nowhere on a full moon night and read a book, and the moonlight casts your shadow on the ground. And supposedly the moonlight is because you got a full moon, and it's reflecting sunlight back to you. Okay? During a solar eclipse, if you were on the moon looking at the earth, you have a full earth.
Yeah.
Okay? The earth is 6 times bigger. I would say, with all its oceans and everything more reflective, where's the earth shine lighting up the moon? No one has ever seen the moon from when it went to new moon to zero for over 48 hours. No one has ever seen it from the space station, from anywhere. Infrared, no one has ever found the moon. No one has ever found the moon during an eclipse. Let me show you my little model, okay? And so here's an eclipse that I filmed. This was 2 eclipses ago. And there was little chemtrails in the sky, so it actually made it really easy to film it without blowing it out. And here is what I call, this is my paper towel sky, which is a rear projection of my manufactured eclipse. So let me show you how I did that. All right. This is a real eclipse filmed, and we see this. We see this lens flare, which is moving all over the place, but this one is locked into position. It's not a lens flare. What is that?
That's interesting. And for anybody listening, you have a video of like the sun, and then you have the lens flare that's moving around, bouncing around because it's you, and then you have a reverse lens. It looks like a crescent.
Yeah. So by the way, this is like an 85-90% eclipse. This is the sun eclipse. It's just so bright it's blowing out the camera. But if I put like a filter on, you'd be able to see the eclipse is happening. It's just so bright. That's why you're not seeing it. So this is the same amount. All 3 of these, the lens flare, the double lens flare, whatever this is, are all equal to what we're seeing here. So here's my rear projected eclipse. Do you see what is eclipsing this sun? You don't see it. You just see the circle.
It's just blocked.
All right. So let's take a look. Here's my projector. I got the light inside this tube. I'm projecting a circle onto my paper towel sky, and I have a Snapple moon cap, Snapple cap, coming in, eclipsing it. See it? Eclipsing it. And so there's the projection of what we see. You with me?
Yeah.
Very easy. Very easy. So then I thought, you know what? The sky, in flat Earth, many of us think that the sky is the sun and the moon and the stars that we see are kind of projected from above. We're seeing them in projected into our sky screen, if you will. And there's a lot of evidence of that. Next show. All right. So I said, what if the sky's more transparent? So then I used a tissue. I used a tissue instead of a paper towel, a little thinner. Right. And I started eclipsing it. What's this right here?
Oh, my God.
That's the projector behind the towel, behind the paper towel.
Oh, that's freaky.
And when you compare it to the actual eclipse.
So would the towel be the firmament?
It could be the firmament, or it could just be the sky screen. You know, I think the sun that we see is very close. Very close.
So you think it's like a ball moving around?
I think the sun
surface.
is a projected point of energy. I don't think it's a physical thing. But again, I'm making no claims because we can't go up there and touch it, measure it.
Right.
But it is obviously clear that it is local and close. Right? And just finishing up on eclipses, we switch over. So that's my theory on solar eclipses. Lunar eclipses, that's a whole nother story. But a lunar eclipse is when the Earth goes in between the sun and the moon and casts a shadow. Now, I want everyone to do this on a sunny day at 12 noon, whatever, sun's high in the sky. Go outside and put a basketball on the ground and look at the shadow around. You'll see a nice, crisp shadow around the basketball, almost the same, about the same size as the basketball. Now, lift it up a couple feet. You'll see a bigger, diffused shadow, and lift it up 10 feet in the air. Where'd the shadow go? Where's the shadow?
Else, depending on the angle
it all just diffuses. You can't cast a shadow a mile, let alone you can't cast. Now maybe you can cast it a mile. I don't know, depending on how big it is, but it would be diffused. The other thing is when you cast a shadow from a sphere onto another sphere, it comes in as a tight ellipse. It spreads out and then it leaves as an ellipse. A sphere onto a sphere. Now a sphere onto a flat wall, yeah, that will stay the same shape. But a sphere onto a sphere does a whole nother thing. Here's the issue, though. Forget all that. The eclipse starts when the Earth gets in between in a syzygy, straight line between. So as the Earth moves up, the eclipse starts. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Eclipse starts, eclipse ends. Here's the problem. There's been over 50 documented selenilian eclipses where the observer can see the sun above his right horizon and the moon above his opposite horizon, and the eclipse starts. And worse than that, the shadow on the last one came in from the top, while he could still see both above the horizon. I can see the sun's up over there, the moon's up over there, and the eclipse is coming in from the top of the moon.
So there's even a word or a phrase to describe this phenomenon. And how does a globe?
Let me tell you how they explain it. Yeah. Well, first is they don't address it, but science does address it. Selenilian, I just learned how to spell it. I learned how to pronounce it, right? Selenilian. The scientists, they call it the impossible eclipse.
They call it happening.
The astronomers call it the impossible eclipse because they can't explain it. How about that?
Great.
I mean,
like you're introducing me to new stuff that now I gotta start looking into.
Well, here's the thing: if you Google flat Earth, you Google my name, you're going to get a mostly garbage because I'm on so many different shows. The algorithm doesn't know how to handle it, and you might find some good stuff. But on my website, flatearthdave.com, there's a button that says latest interviews. I encourage you, go through those, right? All my other channels with my short videos, all the just tons of videos are there. But if you really want to learn, every day on the app, there's a featured video. Click the little thumbnail. Featured videos there. If you miss some, the archive's there. The frequently asked questions. We have the Tataria Old World button. The Old World button, right? The Old World button.
I know some people are going to like that, yeah.
Dude, that's going to blow your mind. And right here, whoops. This is the new one I just added for, have you looked into the giant trees yet?
I'm aware of it, and it's fascinating.
Dude, just watch the first button now, which I just added. It's called Hangman 1128. This guy He's just going up and showing you stuff. Like he's showing you pieces of decaying cedar, actual decaying cedar. Then he shows you these giant rocks in the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't show you the scale of what he's showing you, I'm like, wait, is that a giant rock or is that a little piece of cedar? I can't tell, right?
Yeah.
Watch that stuff. And then my other favorite right here is My Lunch Break. Have you caught him yet?
No.
He does one video a week, 20, 30 minutes maybe, and it's about old world stuff. And he's just exposing how stupid these lies are, on how they're burning everything down, they're destroying the old world, and it's still right here in front of us. And you can't hide it. More and more is being discovered. This alone will occupy you for the rest of your life. Okay,
That's for people that are definitely looking into it. All right, let's go into Antarctica.
Yes.
There's two things. One, there's a boat race around the Arctic, around Antarctica. So if there's a boat race around Antarctica, like around the whole continent, how could it be the reverse? Because that would be the whole outer layer of the flat Earth map.
Yeah.
And then after that, if we have time, because now we're on a time crunch right now, I wanted to address the I think the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, because I know that that's a big one that people like to refer to.
Right. So, what's the circumference of Antarctica? Do you know?
Nope.
It's 10 to 13,000 miles. Right. Continent at the bottom of a ball, 10 to 13,000 miles around.
Okay.
The sailboat race. These boats are the highest tech, fastest sailboats ever. You been on a fast sailboat? You been in a sailboat race?
Not a race, no.
But sailboats. These sailboats go 20, 30 miles an hour, right? That's fast. That's fast on a sailboat, right? And in the south, there's the strongest winds in the world are in the south, not in the north. But for some reason, all of the sailing distance records are in the north, but not in the south. Okay, weird. Okay, that's because the way things are measured out at sea, you have to trust NASA and their GPS, which is the ground positioning system, if you ask me. But the circumference of the Earth is 24,901 miles around. Why am I telling you that? So last year on the Antarctic sailboat race, they listed the different legs, and from South Africa to I think it's from Cape Town to Brazil, they said that leg of the race alone was 32,000 miles. What is the circumference of the equator?
I forgot already.
20 just under 25,000. I'll round up, 25,000.
Okay.
How
that
is
fits within it, though?
No. 25,000 is the biggest circle you can make around the Earth, right?
Oh, okay.
The biggest circle you can make is 25,000 miles. This leg of the race is 32,000 miles.
Oh, that's funny.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. Okay?
It's hilarious.
It's ridiculous, right?
So you're saying they're just voting up.
This is the race.
The edge?
This is the race. So from here around to here is 32,000 miles. And then this is just another 10, 15,000, whatever. You know, this is the route that they take. We have sailors from that race that actually today's featured video on the app is one of the sailors talking about how they use magnetic declination, how the sailboat race actually proves the Earth is flat. And so distance is measured speed over time. Speed over time. How fast you're going for how long is the distance, okay? Right. And they say, okay, we went around here, it took us a month or 90 days or whatever it took. And they find, and they say, well, the race route is, 18,000 miles or whatever I don't know how they did it because they listed the 32,000 miles, but they say your average speed was like 4 miles per hour. 4 miles per hour? Right? That's because they're going faster, right? But they're telling them their average speed is 4 miles per hour. And that woke up some of the captains of those boats. They're like, wait a minute, 4 miles per hour? That doesn't make any sense. These boats are going 25 miles an hour, right? And nonstop, 24/7. And so they're lying about that. On my app in the which section is it? If you hit the question mark and you hit circumnavigation, circumnavigation right there, bam, all of the videos explaining all of that away are there. And then Antarctica and the 24-hour sun, which you're going to ask me about in a second. Tons of videos on that, on how they're faking the 24-hour sun. Funny thing is, 2014, 2015, we're like, flat Earth, there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos of it in the north, which makes sense on both globe and flat. And then all of a sudden, in like 2017, these videos started showing up. All of a sudden, somebody starts filming, and they're the fakest. Not that we're flat earthers say everything's fake, right? We prove that they're fake. We prove that they're fake. Okay? Why are you? If the Earth was a globe, there would be 0 flat earthers. Okay, 0. I'd also lose 3 Bitcoins. I offer 3 Bitcoins for 1 globe proof. Anybody that thinks I'm crazy, watch the daily video every day for 2 weeks. At the end of that, check the FAQs before you send me your nonsense, and and you'll see. Here's the thing: 99% of flat earthers become flat earthers by trying to debunk flat Earth because they thought it was stupid. Only then will you learn, because right now you're living in a belief, and you don't even know why you believe it. If globe earthers understood 1/10 of what flat earthers know about their model, you would be flat earther.
Well, knowledge is potential power, and it's wisdom on what you do with that knowledge. So again, like we started the show, many people are having a hard time taking the time to do the research, and that's why there's a lot of things that are being uncovered now, because more people have access to each other. But yeah, to your point, it's time consuming to do all this research.
It is time consuming, and the thing is, my $3 app, which I'm grifting you guys for, I'm just here, buy my app. And the thing is, I'm making it easy for you. I've dedicated my life to this, and the app isn't something that's cheap to run. Get the app and just watch the videos each day. Go read the reviews on the app, right? Even with the troll comments, right? Luckily trolls don't want to spend the $3 to leave a bad review, but a few of them do. But just go read that stuff. When this is life changing, what difference does it make? I still have to go to work on Monday. Guess what? Today's Monday. I don't have to go to work. Okay? I don't know how that happened, but I have unplugged from the Matrix. By the way, unplugging from the Matrix. This is only for people in the USA. Especially if you're a 1099 employee where you get money via 1099 or even W-2. If you're tired of funding wars with money that they are stealing from you, I have the solution, the lawful, legal solution to not have to do that anymore. You can email me at info@theflatearthpodcast.com. We do some Zoom calls every once in a while, and we show you the amazing, mind-blowing, simple, and it's not this whole sovereign citizen retracting from America. It's nothing like that. It's literally the simplest thing ever, legal, lawful, no longer have to pay, no longer funding wars, because that's what you're doing. Every dollar that comes out of your paycheck is literally funding the crazy insanity that's going on in this world. And if you want to unplug from that, info@theflatearthpodcast.com.
It's interesting how you brought that up, because I started mentioning that to you when we met, and you had to go. I think you had to catch a flight, so it was a short conversation, but I was able to get someone on the show.
Who'd you get?
Breaks that. Brandon,
he's great. He's phenomenal. Yeah. He's phenomenal. But I have to tell you, and I think everyone should do what he's talking about. But it's a long process. It's scary as fuck. Am I allowed to say that? Sorry.
If he was on the show, you can say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had him on, so I can say that once. All right. It takes a little courage, but it's a good thing to do. He's got great information. I really do like that. I love the guy. This thing is different. This is literally the lazy man's way out. Okay. You want to become rich? Invent something that makes people lazier. Okay.
Pretty much convenience.
Yeah. Like fast food. You don't have to shop. You don't have to do anything. What makes people lazier than that? DoorDash. You don't even have to go out. They'll bring it to you and bring it right to you. Okay. So, and these people love to find easier ways to do things. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to unplug from feeding the beast and keep that money, I'm telling you, reach out. It's amazing. USA only. And There you go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to talk to you about that for sure.
Yeah.
No, I like that you're doing that. You mentioned a lot of really good stuff. I'm wondering about any. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to ask you. We have about like 10 minutes left,
We have
so
like
I wanted
4
to
minutes
ask you
left.
4. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So, what's the newest thing that you're working on? Because that'll give me an idea of what. Because you're in this and you're constantly researching. So,
Yeah.
what's the newest debunking that you're working on right now? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, literally, there's the hundreds, if not thousands, of things we have alone. Each one alone disproves the globe. Now, the thing is, we admit there's many things that we don't know. We think we understand the sky. Do we understand the sky? The only thing that you can honestly say about the sky is everything that we see in it is a light in the sky. Stars, sun, moon, comets. It's a light. That's all we can say. We can say, well, that light moves in this direction. That light moves in that direction. That's interesting, but we really can't say anything else about that. So when you say, oh, there's my alarm. We got a couple minutes.
Sure.
One of the things is, the Earth moves around the sun, right? That's what they tell us, right?
Yeah.
We're moving around the sun. What about the other planets? Do they do the same?
Everybody's following the sun.
Everyone
in a corkscrew.
is corkscrewing around the sun. That's what they tell us, right? So,
Yeah.
right. So here we are, not to scale, right? Everybody relax, not to scale, right? And so here we are, and here is our we're spinning. So Polaris is up here, right? You with me?
Yep.
And everything spins around Polaris. Everything looks like it's spinning around Polaris because we're spinning, and Polaris is the only thing that stays stationary. That's the story, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
everything's going around the sun. So this planet, is that still Earth? Whatever. All these planets, all of their axes point in different directions, right? This might not
Correct.
even be exact, but they're all pointing in different directions. So Polaris is not important to any other planet. It's only important to us because it's our point of rotation,
Right.
right? And they say 2,000 years ago, we pointed at a different star anyway, right? The question I have is, why do all of the planets circle Polaris? All of the planets make these patterns, sacred geometry patterns, around Polaris. They're all circling Polaris.
Those are the patterns.
These are the
for
patterns
Polaris,
of
not
all
the sun.
These are all of the planets: Mars, June.
Yeah.
So they're all circling Polaris. Something to think about. Again, we weren't taught to think in this 3D. This is what's going on. We're spinning and orbiting, and and we just believe it because that's what we were told to believe.
So I'm trying to understand. So the shapes, the paths. So if you're listening only, he's showing a screen where it shows a geometric path.
Remember spirographs?
So that's what it's called, a spirograph. Oh, no, that's something else. But
remember
yeah,
the game,
similar.
the spirograph with the things as a kid? I'm older than you. Go look
I know
up.
about it,
It was
yeah.
the greatest toy ever, but they took it away. Maybe why did they take it away? Because people are starting to figure stuff out.
People were eating the paint.
That's another story. People, by the way, lead paint, delicious. All right, they took away lead paint because of Wi-Fi. They want to be able to see into your
heard
house,
about
and the
that
lead
too, yeah.
paint. This is the sun at 127,000 feet. Look, it's local. It's lighting up over here more than it's lighting up over here. There's the sun right there, not 93 million miles away, 127,000 feet.
So he's showing a video of
Yeah.
the sun over
Yeah.
the Earth in a video.
Right.
And as it goes further away, it dissipates.
No,
instead
well,
of,
you're not even going to see the sun go away from this altitude, right? The sun's just there. It's almost the same height as the balloon. What is it? I don't know, man. I don't know. But here is the solar system. We're spinning around. This is what they tell us is going on. We're traveling 4.4 billion miles a year. Never to return to where we were before. all the other stars in our galaxy are spinning, and some of them, and 80% of them are in binary orbits where they're going around each other. But never once in history have two stars changed position due to parallax. Never once have any two stars crossed each other. With all of these motions going on, never once have any two stars crossed positions. Does that make any sense?
You saying cross positions as colliding?
No. So you see these two, let's just pretend these are stars, right?
Yeah.
And as we're moving through space, parallax makes them move. I went off camera, right? Parallax makes them change positions.
Yeah.
Right? Never once has any two stars crossed positions, right? Go throw a rock at a beehive and tell me if any of the bees crossed each other's positions. Because that's what's going on above us, right?
Okay.
All right. The last thing, I know that you asked me new stuff. There's just so much stuff already. We don't need any new stuff, right? So, do you know how fast we're orbiting the sun?
No.
66,600 miles an hour. Funny number, too, right? You know all the 666s in the heliocentric model? Crazy. This is NASA's hypersonic sled track. Look it up on YouTube. The sound is frightening. It literally, just on YouTube, the sound is like, I couldn't imagine standing there. It would probably kill you. It's going by at Mach 8.6, 8.6 times the speed of sound. Okay? You can't fathom this speed. Could you fathom twice that speed? Could you fathom 10 times that speed? No, you can't. Like 10 to the 36. You can't.
I mean, this speed, you barely see it.
You don't even see it.
That is beyond your experience almost.
So you can't mentally understand what this speed, right? You have to believe that we're orbiting the sun in a curved trajectory 10 times faster than that, and we're chasing the sun in a curved trajectory 100 times faster than that at the same time. 10 and 100. But when we go out in nature, we see lakes like this. This is going on. And
Gravity.
we see gravity. Gravity's your God, right?
Yeah.
Gravity's your God.
That's what someone's going to say, yeah.
Yeah, we go out into nature and we see stuff like that. We see stuff, water finds its level, right? This water is contained. The earth is not moving. It's level. Water is level. Large bodies of water at rest are level. The trolls come back. What about a drop of water? A raindrop? It's round. Yes, surface tension. Anything bigger than a gallon of water. What about on a space shuttle where they're always playing with water, with electronics everywhere, while they're doing their science, right? Show me a gallon of water forming a sphere. Go ahead. Show me. You can't.
So a gallon of water won't form a sphere.
Ever. How? How would it? Water it needs containment. At rest lies flat.
Yeah, that's true, because it'll just be this weird moving blob thing going.
That's it. That's in your mind. It doesn't happen. There is no. No.
So what would happen?
Well, it would just go all over the place. They have the zero G flights, where they play with water and they do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But all of that has been fully explained away. If again I'm here to grift the app. On the app, if you hit the web button, which is the more resources page, I have actually no, not there. On the frequently asked questions page, there's a ISS button. Fantastic. Great stuff. We didn't even get into the ISS. So much fakery on there. And here's the thing. If you catch them faking weightlessness with wires and green screens just once, and CGI and fake items and, augmented reality, just catch them once. Why are they doing that? How much more are they lying? And we didn't catch them once. We caught them hundreds and hundreds of times. Last thing, on the app, on my website, don't even get the app. Go to my website, scroll down until you see a big picture of me. It says Crash Course. Okay? And you go to the Crash Course and you click the Crash Course. It's also here on the app, full-length videos, and there's some more here. There's some great documentaries on here. Blow your mind. They're by Sean Hibbeler. Level with me, and the next level. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's just an intro. That'll just get you going, right? And we were talking about the New World. when you look at old world stuff, it is mind blowing. But there's a new movie that came out. I don't know if you saw it, Old World Order. Have you seen it?
No, where is it streaming?
Sean Hibbler. It's Stu Peters has it on his network, but you can find it at flatearthdave.com. You'll see this banner right near the top. Click it. It's free. Watch it. And get ready to have your entire life ruined, especially if you're a history major. Forget it. This is
definitely like the Matrix red pill moment right now. Like all these videos.
Yeah,
you have a lot to choose from when you go to his site.
The only thing you have to remember is flatearthdave.com. You can find the app there. You can find the free videos there. You can find new old world order there. That's going to blow your mind. Right? People, last thing is Eddie Bravo. I think he said when he discovered, I think it was Eddie Bravo. Or no, maybe it was Greg Reese. He goes, when I discovered flat Earth, I was kind of like, I'll never have my mind blown that much again. Right?
Yeah.
That's not true, man. Old world order is more mind blowing than flat Earth, but it can only happen on a flat Earth. So everything ties back to flat Earth. John, I got to go, buddy.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff here. So all the information, or at least basic information, will be in the show notes as well. If there's anything specific, just send it to me. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, thanks for taking the time and presenting and showing the visuals and really just answering those questions.
All right, man. Just all I say is don't believe me. Look farther, and nobody that ends up actually looking and that avoids the trolls ever regrets it, other than losing family and friends for a while and not knowing how to deal with your life and
just
having a crisis and like, oh my God, my entire life was a waste, and the people I respected, they're really just regurgitating idiots. It sucks, but it's awesome at the same time.
Yeah. Watch it by yourself first so you can digest it.
And don't go running to people. Earth is flat. Learn it first. Learn it first. And always ask people questions. Don't say Earth is flat. Say, can you help me explain this? There's a great video in the crash course called A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth, 21 Questions. It's also on the app in the movie section. Watch that. It's the top 21 questions, all summarized in 3 or 4 minutes each.
You've made content for every rebuttal that I've seen so far, so it's actually very, very interesting.
They say you stupid flat earthers have an answer for everything. Yeah, because we're right. All right, John, I love you. See ya.
See ya.